If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me that you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Roddy Ricch trolls Justin Bieber, and Kodak Black really wants to do a song with Drake. Plus, Pop Smoke says he's the king of New York. Let's talk hip-hop. Alright, so Roddy Ricch dropped this song probably like 5 weeks ago, right? The Box, right? And it's fire, right? It's dope. It's #1 on the hip hop and R&B charts, on the Billboard charts. Dope, right? So, you know, The Box has been doing good. Everybody's been, responding well to it. Roddy Ricch is deserves to be #1. He's on top. But about maybe 2 weeks ago, Justin Bieber drops Yummy, right? And Yummy's a cool little song, right? It's an R&B song. I mean, it's Justin Bieber. It sounds very Justin Bieber-ish, right? The video is kind of whack. I mean, I don't like the video. He's sitting in a restaurant and the camera's spinning around and around and around him, and he's just eating and doing weird things, and I guess it's supposed to make you feel yummy or whatever like that, but really the video just kind of makes me dizzy, right? But that's not what we're here for, right? So the whole thing is that The Box by Roddy Ricch was #1 on the hip hop charts for a few weeks, then it fell off from being #1, and now it's back to being #1, right? Meanwhile, Justin Bieber's song Yummy ain't #1 at all, right? I think #2 is Highest in the Room, and #3 is a song by Lizzo or something like that. So Justin Bieber ain't even close to #1, right? And the whole situation is that Justin Bieber is a legendary Justin Bieber, right? So for him to be losing to a new artist like Roddy Ricch probably is making him feel kind of bad. Or even if it doesn't make him feel bad, I'm sure his record label's what the hell's going on? I thought we had a #1 just by saying Justin Bieber has some new music out. He hasn't dropped in a minute, right? So then the record label put together this, a guide or an instruction booklet or something for Justin Bieber's fans to get him to #1, right? So they put it out on his Instagram and his Twitter, right? And forget about just going #1 because people like your music organically, like how Roddy Ricch is #1, but we're gonna pull tricks and tips and stuff like that so that Justin Bieber's fans can get him to go #1, right? So this is what they put up, right? They're how to get Yummy to #1, right? And so some of the things are create a playlist with Yummy on it and put it on repeat and stream it, right? They say don't mute it, just play it at a low volume and let it play while you sleep, right? Because let's say you sleep for 8 hours, Yummy is a 3-minute song, so you would have listened to the song a couple hundred times by the time you wake up, right? And you ain't even listened to it, right? Also, it says buy the song on iTunes, right? Buy the song multiple times on Justin Bieber's website, right? Remember, this is Justin Bieber's comeback, and if we all can come together, we can get his 6th #1 on the Hot 100 charts, right? It's crazy. So basically, because Justin Bieber's coming back, they want to try to, I guess, make it seem like, he's #1. And then if he goes #1, his record label's gonna, oh, Justin Bieber's #1 in the country and blah, blah, blah. But you know that he's #1 because mad kids and mad believers, sat there and played the song over and over and over again while they would sleep at night, right? But here's the thing, right? There ain't no more kids that are Justin Bieber fans, right? The believers are in their 30s now, and maybe they ain't feeling Justin Bieber like how they was before, right? And guess who they are feeling though? Roddy Ricch, which is crazy. So anyway, Roddy Ricch responds to this, and he's go stream Yummy. Go stream, please stream Yummy by Justin Bieber, and then puts, the little, emoji like that, basically saying listen, I'm a humble dude, I ain't really worried about it, it ain't all that serious, I'm #1, been #1, and I see that Justin Bieber's bugging out, so please go stream Yummy. You feel me? Now, I don't know if he's doing it as to be humble and letting people know yeah, just go stream Yummy, or if he's doing to troll this dude and he's stream Yummy and I'll help you get to #1, because even now if Yummy is #1, Roddy Ricch could be it's #1 because I told my peoples to stream this shit, you know what I'm saying? So we don't know, but it's just funny as hell, right? And shout out to Roddy Ricch, man, he deserves all this, right? Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. So Drake goes on Instagram and he posts up this picture, right? And there are 67 comments on it, and 2 of those comments are from Kodak Black. And so Kodak Black says, "I'm your biggest fan, sir. I love your music, sir." And then he says, "If we can't do a whole album together, I never want to do a song with you, sir." So basically, it's funny because Kodak Black is just like a weird dude, right? Now, y'all gotta keep in mind he's in jail, right? He got sentenced to 3 years in prison, and he's sitting in jail right now, or prison right now. But also, he has other court cases pending. One for like something in South Carolina that's been pending for years now. Another thing where he came back from Canada with some guns because he got lost and turned around from like Detroit to Boston, like a whole bunch of other stuff, right? But he's in prison right now serving his 3-year sentence because he got, he got arrested at Rolling Loud, but the reason why they arrested him is because he falsified some documents so that he could buy a gun. He's a felon. He said that he wasn't. And you know, hey, if you lie on this form, you might be sent to prison. And he got sent to prison because he lied on the form. He said he didn't do it on purpose, but then he went and said, "Yeah, I did it on purpose. I plead guilty," to get a reduced sentence. And he's sitting in prison right now. But the whole situation is that Kodak Black, yo, I don't even know if Kodak Black and Drake have ever done a song together, right? But for them to do a whole album together, like, I know that Drake is probably not gonna do it, right? This is like some fantasy football kind of thing, right? And Drake is probably not even checking for Kodak Black, especially because Kodak is locked up. But you might be surprised that Drake would say, "You know what, cool, I will do something with Kodak," right? But if Drake did decide to do something with Kodak, I think it would be fire, right? It would be as good as Drake and Future, but even probably a little bit better, right? Because Drake and Future are dope. Future raps about hustling and being in a trap and, you know, sipping lean. Drake be on his fly boy, pretty boy, we got chains, we got rings type of stuff. And when Drake and Future come together, they rap a lot about, yo, my new car, my new sneakers, my new chain. And that's cool, right? That's cool for what they do when they get together, right? But I think that if Kodak Black was to executively produce a project that him and Drake would be on all together, like a full-length project, either like 7 to 10 songs, I think that Kodak Black, since he's like more closer to the hood and has a lot of pain still in him, you know, unlike Future. Yeah, Future's from the hood. Yeah, Future had a lot of pain in him, but he's also been rich for quite some time now. But Kodak Black is closer to the streets, you know what I'm saying? Still knows what it feels like to be hungry, right? So for Drake to like add his talent and his voice and his, you know, melodic kind of soul to what Kodak Black is going through and will put out on paper, might be good. It might be some good shit. It might be like some NBA YoungBoy / Kevin Gates type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be good as hell, right? And this is just a fantasy. You know, I would hope maybe like one day that this could happen. But do I see it happening anytime soon? Nah, probably not. Like, I don't know how Kodak would be able to release a full-length project by being in prison, right? Unless it's gonna be like old music that he had that Drake then jumps on and then they put it out. But I don't want no old music that he had that Drake jumps on and then they put it out. I want all new music. I want them to get into the studio and lock in, and that can't happen for at least a couple years. So that would be fire if it happened though. But let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. So Pop Smoke goes on Twitter, right? And he's like, "Psych, I lied. I'm the king of New York," right? And then he says, "I'm the underground king," right? And this is crazy because now, like if he said he's the king of New York, look, I like Pop Smoke, right? I really fucks with him. His music is good. And he is like a new nigga that's coming up out of New York, and I just love it, right? Because not even just New York, but Brooklyn specifically is going hard. We got, you know, Fabio Foreign, we got Jay Critch, we got, you know, Pop Smoke, we have Flip De Niro, we got mad people just coming out of Brooklyn right now. Jeezy Moolah, just like it's crazy. Casanova, it's insane, right? But expanding even bigger to like New York, right? We've got Little Tecca, we've got Don Q, we've got Dave East, we've got so many just like young niggas coming up hard in New York, right? So for him to be like he's the king of New York is crazy, right? And we still even have, you know, even though they locked up, we got Bobby Shmurda, we got Roddy Rebel, like I don't know, right? So, and when they come out, I think that they're going to command, you know, the attention of everybody in New York especially, and Bobby Shmurda will be the king of New York when he gets out. But right now though, I would have to say the king of New York is probably A Boogie with the hoodie. I mean, like, it's A Boogie. Like, how could he not be the king of New York? I'm talking about the king of New York, the king of these young niggas, the king of these new niggas. Would have to be like A Boogie, right? He's the one that charges the most for shows and features and sells the most and was number one. You know, his album was number one all last year, or most of last year, up until at least June, right? From January to June. He's got big features. He's been on, you know, big projects. I think that, you know, hands down, the king of New York is A Boogie, right? But that doesn't mean that I don't fuck with Pop Smoke, right? So Pop Smoke said that he's the king of the underground, right? And so if he's talking about he's the king of underground New York, when A Boogie would be like a multi-platinum selling, you know, commercial artist, then I Pop Smoke, if you say you're the king of the underground, and if I could think, right, and I say Fabio Foreign is not too far behind you, and we got Chef G too coming up. There's a few people from New York that's coming up, but the most popular underground dude from New York would have to be Pop Smoke, if we don't include Casanova 2 times as an underground artist, right? He's like right there on that cusp, right? Is Casanova a commercial artist that's from New York, or is he an underground artist that's from New York? Because if you consider him underground, then Cass is the king of the underground, period, right? If he's not underground, if he moved on to being like a, you know, a little bit on the next level as being a commercial artist, then Pop Smoke is the king of the underground. You know what I'm saying? I can agree with that. You feel me? But, you know, we just got mad people in New York, and you know how it is, man. And everybody in New York want to be the king, and that's, you know, the type of shit we do. You feel me? But who is the king of New York? You let me know. Let me know what you think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.